Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Rifka's Craft Corner. How is everyone doing? How are you doing, Audie? By the way, what did you think of what I made? I made a few things, so I can show you a couple of them. But right now, I'm working on this beautiful fairy dragon. It's going to take me a little while because I kind of messed up on, I don't know where half of my stuff is at the moment. And I want to redo the face. So I'm here. Hard to believe that I can actually make this fairy dragon face a lot easier than making because fairy dragon's faces are really, what's the word?
Simple.
Actually quite simple, to be honest. Actually quite simple. So, and the way I do this is I'll take this right here. Doing the face is easy. It's the other part that's hard. For me, is usually the feet or the legs. The tail's not so hard, but yeah. And this part right here brings out the snout. So right in here and right in here. But yeah, the fairy dragon is pretty easy to make. Don't know what that is. Looked weird. So we got the fairy dragon head. Being redone, restructured. And then we need to get this part, the snoot, or this part right here, and add that in. So this kind of helps this part right in here. Just a tad. You want the facial feature to look really good. I think I did really good on this. I don't know why it's so easy to do the facial feature, but it is for me. That looks really good. Don't tell me that does not look like a dragon's top half right here. You can let me know what you think. But I think I did really good on the top half. This is what it'll look like on the front. That's the snout right in here. This is the tooth that goes over. We're trying to make it look semi-reasonable. I got the facial, so the facial will go up here like this. Just so you know, the facial goes on this. Love how this part turned out. Love how that part turned out. Wouldn't you agree? Made some coffee for me to drink to kind of wake up. My husband came up this morning, woke me up about 7:20?
Yeah.
Around 7:20 to go change the girls'
We had to move the Chook Palace.
The Chook Palace around to make it easier to get the girls out. So right now I'm just organizing the snoot. It's not that I didn't like how the other one came, but I kind of flattened it. I'll show you. Do you see how it flattened? I mean, it really flattened. It didn't show any, conservativeness. It's too flat. So right now I am moving this to the neck area, and we're going to blend it in. So first things first is to get the bottom half open. So we'll work on the bottom half. So let's work on this. I always what's the word you call it? Prepare the No.
You right there?
Yeah. I have to aim it away from me for a second while I go get the piece of clay that just fell on the floor. That's why I had to aim it away. That's why I said no. I can't afford to keep losing my clays like that. Sorry about that, guys. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim the we're going to aim the I'm trying to get an idea how far I need it before I put it together. We want it to look kind of bunched in with a little bit of a top. Not too much of one though. Can't be too much of one. We can bring this down to have like a little bit of a, I guess on the very bottom it has to have like a scoot under its chin, if that makes sense. It's just me working on a fairy dragon, and I think that will kind of so that helps me clear this part up. Now, what I do is I'll actually pull this in to bring the jaw, so the jaw will be right here. Okay. Now I can open it. That looks much better. So I'm right now fixing the fairy dragon. And I'm, softening it a little bit right in here. Just about. You need to soften the clay a little bit. I think that looks really good. We can take a little bit of clay and we can put like a little bit of sinews to the mouth. I want it to hold open, but I don't want it to be, right here is where I want the sinews to be. And then I'll aim it like this just to make sure it's going in. And have the sinews going like this. It still can open its mouth like about that much. Fire might come out of it later on. Well, no, it's a fairy dragon, so it's not going to be a fire. But yeah. And there's a little bit of a sinew to hold it in place. And that's a big key right here, is to make certain it holds in place. I like that. It kind of helps it just a tad, just have its little, it's a little cheek. Well, not cheek, but you know what I mean. But I thought fairy dragon, Yeah, since Jeff is right now writing a little bit about his fairy dragon and everything, or he already wrote about it, it just came to me, why not work on a fairy dragon? There we go. So as you can tell, I'm making the sinews. We want the sinews to hold in place. So we're going to aim this so it's nice and flat. And right in here. And Jeff told me one time he would love if the Heavenly Father will make a fairy dragon.
You know, in the next life.
In the next life. He would love it.
They're cute. And they can talk. You know, like parrots, only more intelligent.
Yeah, more cute, but...
Maybe they can be a kind of heavenly being, you know, like the living creatures.
Maybe.
You know? Then they wouldn't be pets.
By the time this evening comes around, guys, it will be actually a Yom Kippur for us.
Which means we're eating early.
Which means we are really eating early. And as you can tell, as long as I have it aimed just right, that will work really well. I like how the face looks. I have to put little teeth on it, of course. Little teeth is gonna be hard for me. I like the teeth, but oh, Mergles. Right now I'm using a needle to kind of fix it so the sinew shows up, but not too much. You know? Just a little strides. Right in here. Mm. Of course, a dragon would have a tongue. It would. Any animal usually has a tongue, except for maybe a worm or... But even, I don't know, does a worm have a tongue?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It sort of oozes its body out, envelops anything in its path, and then goes again.
I do love how that looks. Do you like how I fixed this up to look like this? That is the head. What do you guys think? Did I do well on the head?
Check out how much energy I have, dear. I completed the course and they let me start again.
Yeah, I had almost 1,500, I think.
That's ridiculous, isn't it?
So what do you think? Do you like the way the head turned out? Now, this is what it's going to look like. So you see, that's how it's supposed to look. So what I need to do is aim it out a little bit like this. And then I'll have to put the neck right here. So we're going to take apart this other one. It was too small. Too small. So we're going to fix the neck on it. And then I'm going to input teeth. I think 2 little front teeth and 2 little bottom teeth, and the little jagged area of tiny teeth in the mouth. So it's quite important to get the head done. I said I was going to be working on the head. I'm pretty sure I mentioned it. Then I'm going to add a tongue in it. Let's do this. Let's take about this much. I don't need a whole lot of big teeth. I just need little teeny tiny teeth. So I might have to do like this. And roll it like that, and then roll it with a little thing right here on the edge. And then make certain you stick it right here. And you want the tooth to stick and hold in place. Murgles. What do you think of the tooth? Did I do well? That's a little tooth. Now we're going to do another little tooth. We want to make certain it's about the same size of the other. Thick base, so maybe just a little bit more. And I'm going to use iridescence on it. I have some iridescence here that I plan on putting on it, like a little bit of glue and then iridescence on the teeth. Not teeth, but you know, on the dragon. Let's catch it before it falls. Okay, so we will put a little tooth mark right here. We want it to go inward like that. With a little hole right there. Same situation here. With a little hole right here. then the tooth should be able to go right in like that and in like this. Nope, the tooth is a little bit off. So we want to make certain they're both about the same size. So we're going to redo the tooth. And I'm going to ask my husband to get me a small, so we're going to do it on this side right here. And this side right here. And get it so they're both pretty much the same size. So I think that one looks good. Pretty much the same size. Honey?
Yes, dear.
Do we have anything downstairs that is a small little thing to put the teeth in? Cook them up for about 15 minutes.
Why don't you just use a little bit of aluminium foil? Wherever it is. Where is it?
Right here.
Or do you want just a little pan?
Very little pan.
Mm.
So what do you think of the teeth? Did I do good on the teeth? Because I'm now going to be working on the teeth and the tongue. Now, to make the other teeth, they have to be jagged. So I'm going to be making the little teeth from this side to this side. That's fine. As long as they roll. Okay. It's okay. Take your time.
What do you have to?
The other one that I had in here.
Oh, the tooth?
No, the other teeth, the nails that I had originally.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
It's okay.
Do you mean claws?
Yeah, the claws.
I don't know where you put those.
Here, hold this for a second. I'm right here. And it's okay. It's okay. I'm right now looking for the claws. Real quick. Murgles.
No Muggles right now.
Yes, Murgles. Next week, I will not be here. Just so everyone knows ahead of time. I will not be here. I won't be doing a live. Nothing. This next week, I am going to be... next week, is it next week? No, the week after, sorry. I'm thinking out loud to myself, when are we going on that trip? There is it's not this one. Stop falling. Next week, I don't think it's next week. I think it's the week after. Okay, I don't know what I did with those claws. I had the claws, trust me. So, yeah, I'm making the fangs. I'm making the claws, but I can't find the other claws for the Not manticore. I can't think right now, guys.
Fairy dragon?
No, it's not for the fairy dragon. It's for the displacer beast. I was thinking of cooking the claws and that today. I just gotta find it. Oh, Murgles. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, the beast. The beastie. I mean, I love the fairy dragon and I want to work on it, but there's also a lot of things. I made, can I show you a basket I made real quick? And no, it's not out of clay, but would you like to see the basket? Still love how the legs turned out. And this is the displacer beast. Legs. I have to fix them. It's
okay, I'm going to put this down here because I don't want to hold it forever.
yeah, that's why I put it right there. Just don't let it fall.
Directly behind you on your bag on the floor.
Okay, thank you. No, not really,
Well,
but that's okay.
Directly behind you.
That's fine. I'm looking for the other stuff real quick. It's quite important, believe it or not, because I have to go and cook them. If that makes sense. I was thinking of why not cook them all together? You know? Oh, too much stuff up here for my own good. Stop. Thank you. No backing up? Yeah, no backing up. Okay. Don't think I put it on the bed, but knowing me, I could put it anywhere. No backing up. Not finding it, and that's gonna drive me nuts. But that's okay. We'll be driven nuts for a while. Have to double check. Yeah, I see it. Just a second, guys. I will be back. I am right here. I think I put it up here. Knowing me.
Yes.
Where's my ow? That's not it. That's not it. Where is it? Where in the world did I put you? It's quite important too.
I'm sorry, what are you actually looking for?
Where I put the nails.
Oh, you still can't find them?
No, that's gonna drive me nuts.
So it's just gonna have to wait. You might as well take the things downstairs and cook what you've got.
Yeah,
otherwise you'll be doing this forever.
Yeah. So we'll just make the little tiny teeth. We'll make the little tiny teeth. I think that's what we'll do. So, do you like how the head looks? I think it looks much more refined and much more relaxed. No. Okay, so the teeth will go in here and here. We have to put the tongue right in here with a little bit of a slither. After all, Tongues are interesting. If you remember right, I used to make tongues I made a tongue for the mimic. That turned out really good, didn't it?
This is.
Should it have a fork on it?
Yes, it's a dragon tongue, so yes. Although they don't have to.
I think I'm going to add a little fork to it. So I think I am going to put a fork to it. Not a fork, but you know what I mean. A pointy bit to the tongue. So we're going to go this way. We're going to push it in like this, and like this, and in like that. Again, in. Okay. We're going to aim it right here. I'm going to aim it like that with a little fork to it. And we're going to make certain it fits in this little section right here. Yeah. This needs to be smoothed out a little bit right in here. And this part needs to be smoothed out right in here. And then this thing right here needs to be forked out. Okay, so we want it to be kind of forked like that. And the mouth goes right here. Has to have a fork, and it needs to be kind of flat. After all, it's a tongue. Okay, we'll put this in here. Aim it just where the teeth would be. And the teeth will fit there, and I want this to go into like a and then this is almost into like that maybe. I was trying to do an S. Don't cover up the holes for the teeth. Does that look like a mouth? Does that look like a good mouth right here? This is the tongue coming out of its mouth. You don't like it? I mean, I can fix it.
It's too long.
It's too long for him?
It's too long for. It's too long.
Too long.
I mean, the shape's fine.
The shape's fine, but
the tongue usually stays inside your mouth.
Okay.
Just because you can, poke it out a little bit. Most people, and presumably most reptiles, don't have a fantastically long tongue. Anteaters, well, they're just freaks of nature.
We're working on the tongue at the moment, and Jeff thinks it needs to be cut about this far.
I mean, make it the same length as the jaw. You can stick it out over the edge of fraction. That's fine, but
maybe like that. That, and with a little bit of a, yeah, I think that's the way I wanted it. That's how I wanted it. As long as it doesn't stand in front of the tooth, that's the big key right here. Because we want the tooth to be able to go into its jaw. What do you think? Does that look better? Does that look much better?
It's certainly getting there, Dan. Yeah, it's not so freakishly long now. Like I said, this is a dragon, not an anteater. Or an echidna for those listening from Australia.
I think that looks good. I think I did really well on that. Okay. So that's what I got there. I'm going to be much better, I think. So, yeah. I like the look of it. We'll put eyes on here. I think we'll probably put the eyes on while we're thinking about it. Jeff said something to do with gold. Thicker at the base. Yeah, I'll do the thicker at the base. Thank you for that. I'm just trying to. So that would be thicker at the base. And then put a little bit thicker on the base area over here.
Excuse me.
I think that looks much better. And then just put a sinew over it of the mouth area. Just put like a sinew over the outside of it. So we would put it right about here. That would make it look much better. Yeah, that looks much better. So we'll I think that adds a little bit of the sinew, like that, maybe. And fix it back a little bit. That looks more realistic. We're now working on the face because I messed up on the face before and I need the 2 teeth out of it. So yeah, we're going to do that, and we're making the sinews of the face, the facial cheeks. Then we'll make the neck after that. So I'm right now working on the sinew of the face. So you take it right here. This is where the sinew would go. And then this part right here would be put together like this. Now push this back just a tad. You don't want the sinews to be too big, if that makes sense. After all, this is just a little tiny fairy dragon. Oh, I like the way that's enveloping out. Bring this inward a little bit so you can tell it's the sinews. And then pull this back a little bit like this. I have the 2 teeth set up right here. And there's the face. What do you think? Did I do pretty good? Now you can't see the teeth yet, but just doesn't look right down here to me. I'm visualizing it. Yeah.
I'm going to staying shop now.
Right.
Okay, Dad. So I'm using my needle to kind of smooth it out a little bit. Let's see if that looks better. A little boxy. Just trying to bring the sinews a little bit out. want to just be able to make certain I can close it and open it. So it looks like it's part of its jaw. Which part needs more curve? I'm right now working on the sinew area of it. I think once the teeth come in, it'll look much better, but using my fingers to just roughen up because what we need to do is bring this upward a little bit because this is the chin. Yeah, that looks good. This needs to be more curved in because we're going to be putting it on the neck right here. We're putting the neck right in here. So I'm just making certain it looks good. Not too big. And I'm going to love that. Well, I'm trying to show you, I was trying to do the sinew area. You know how they have like sinews in between? They always, when they open their mouth, so you have to have like a little bit of flap of skin. At least that's what I see on some dragons. A flap of skin that is pushed in a little bit. There could be like a little bit of a cheeky look to the face, like the cheekbone. There needs to be like a small cheekbone, if that makes sense. I'm visualizing this dragon, okay? They do have cheekbones. Dragons do. They honestly have cheekbones. So their cheekbones are like near the sinew area where it's nice with, you flatten out just a bit, not too much, but just a bit. And you put it on the cheekbone area. This area right in here. It's right near the sinew area. I remember paying attention to that. Yeah, there's like a little bit of a cheekbone right in here. That actually looks pretty good. Cheekbone of a dragon. It needs to be flattened just a tad. like it's part of the dragon. Just a tad. I think Jeff would agree on that one.
Have to do what? Just a tad?
The cheekbone.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
typically reptiles don't have cheeks.
yeah, but I've looked at dragons. They do have a little bit of cheeks. After all, this is a little trickster. Of course, she might have a cheek. I think that looks really good. It's not much of a cheekbone. It's like a little bit of a cheek, or a little bit where their mouths open up, just so the eyes can go right into the socket right up in here. So we're going to do the eye next. We're going to be using this right here. We're going to make certain the eyes go right what exactly. She might even have dimples. We want her eyes up in here, about right here, sunken in a little bit. There. And because it actually is a female dragon. My husband made it a female dragon. So, of course, it's a female dragon. So we put this right over here just to hold it into place. And then we aim it down because it definitely has eyes. Believe it or not, I've been watching like a lot of people who know how to make dragons and stuff. So I'm paying attention to how they do the eyes and making it look pretty reasonable for the eyes. As long as it holds it in place, that looks really good. That really does. It looks really good. And then right underneath to hold the eye in place. So what I'm using, a lot of people are like, what do you use to... That looks good. I think that looks really good. That looks good. Oh my word. I'm going to have my husband look at this real quick.
Okay. Yep.
Do you understand when I say the cheekbone? It has to kind of set in where the eyes would go.
You've done really well making the shape of that eye, dear.
Yeah.
That looks very realistic.
Would you call me an artist? Here's a close-up of the eye. I really need to get a better camera, but I think I did really good on the eye. What do you think? It looks good to me, but if you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm crisscrossing because I'm trying to make it look like it's a, you want to have it looking like a reptile's face. So crisscrossing is the way to go about doing it. I like that. Feels leathery. I like that. I think that looks really good. But I keep looking at the picture. Where am I missing it? I'm just working around the eye, making certain it looks kind of like a... I think I did really well getting the eye to really show up. What do you think? Did I do good on the eye? I think I did. I think I did. So we're going to do same setup as we did the last time. The cheek is not cheeky enough. Sorry, I'm working on a little thing that's been bugging me, so I'm trying to fix the jaw on this side. I go quiet for a second when I'm concentrating. I apologize about that. Just go into a quiet mode for just a second while I'm concentrating. So here's the cheekbone. I think it looks pretty good. I think the eye looks really good. So when I actually put it in the oven, it'll, keep its shape. And we'll put the teeth in when it's done. I'm going to be putting that on the thing. I need to put like a pedestal, pedestal for the thing to hold on to, so when it's drying, it doesn't dry like, hold it like this and in a pedestal like set up. So when it's drying or when it's cooking, it cooks flat like that. I think that would work. Well, anyways, back to the cheeks. That cheek side is done. Let's work on this cheek. I'm liking it. I think it's turning good. Don't like when a piece of hair goes there. Thank you for taking my hair off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little cheeky bone right here. Use that as my guide. And then aim it to bring the eye in. The big key is to make certain that the cheeky bone is not too cheeky, but you want to bring it in, like right in here is where the eye would go. And you would take this half part off. Now, I am using somewhat someone else's artist impression to help me learn how to do my art of a dragon. I'm not very good at dragons, I'll admit that. But it just helps bring it out a little bit, and we're going to be putting the cheeky bone on it. And I'm checking here, cheeky bone goes a little bit more flat. Now I'm looking back and forth from my one side to the other side just to get an idea of what I'm doing. And basically it's the muscle. It's not really a cheek, it's just a muscle right in this section. And we want to aim it down a little bit like that. And we want to aim this just a little bit more flatter. You don't want it to overpower it, if that makes sense. We want it to look more flatter. So I'm feeling around in the front right here where I worked on that. And I'm working on it in a sense of how I want it to look. You want to go as symmetrical as possible when making a dragon. So I think we got it going pretty good. Will you hairs get off of this thing? Thank you. So it gives you an idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. Let's see. The cheeky area right in here. I think. Yeah, right there. Now I'm using these gold nuggets. I know they're not really gold nuggets, but you know what I mean. These right here to make the eyes. So what I'll do is I'll actually set it pretty much the same way as this side. Right into this little section, right? Where did you go? Did you just fall on me? Okay, I have to get another one. So I'm right now working on the eyes and the cheeks and the I'll be working on the tail next after I'm done with this part. But I want to work on the head. I feel I didn't do it justice. Let's see. There's that. Now we're going to do a little snake of clay. Or we'll do a little, you know, a little piece of clay. Or wormy dilly, or whatever you call it. And we want to bring this down. over that. And you want to bring it down into the thing. I'm right now working on the eyebrow area of the creature, and then aim it right into that section right there. Yeah, I just dropped it. Maybe that's the problem I'm having. Keep looking at it, and I'm looking at this side, and it's looking great right here. Because I used the cheekbone to kind of give me an idea. I think I did pretty good in the front right here. It's a little more inward on the inside. You want to do as symmetrical as possible when you're doing this. You want to bring it to pretty much like the other side. So you're bringing this up a little bit like that, covering this section up. And you're wanting to flatten it a little bit like that. Check this side with a little bit more oomph. There it is. With a little tear duct kind of set up. Check it on this side to see if you're close, but it looks like I put more oomph in that section. I do like how the tongue turned out. I think I did really well on the tongue. What do you think? Yeah, that's... So I'm checking both sides. This side looks really good. This side doesn't look as good, and I'm trying to bring it inwards like this and down like that. And checking this out and make sure I have it all pretty much blended together. What do you think? Does that look good? pretty even. Although this one looks a little bit too upwards in my book. So we're smoothing it out a little bit. We want it to look pretty good. And then we'll look on this side. So I'm thinking I had, let me check, the eye. All animals, even dragons, have tear ducts. I think that looks pretty close to each other. Oh, I know it needs horns. I know it needs horns. I will be working on the horns after I finish the face. Horns will have the horns here, horn will here. There will be a smaller horn up here and a smaller horn up here. That's my plan. It's supposed to be a fairy dragon. It's not 100% done yet. I just was working on the eyes. I think I did pretty good. Now, it will have teeth. It'll have a tooth here and a tooth there. I think that will look really good. Not sure I'm going to put a tooth up in this section because there's not much room. But I think I did really good on it. So we will cook this for a little bit. And I'll work on the horns for the top. So I'm going to set the dragon in like this where it does not topple off or topple down. I think that will work. Yeah. Maybe bring it up a little bit up in here so the julep underneath it will hold it. Okay. We're going to do what you call a little place to set the dragon so its little chinny thing can be up. And that's what I'm after right now. Then we'll cook it like that. Then I'll work on the horn to add to it. Now it can be cooked with the other one. Jeff, can you put this in the oven so I can cook the teeth and the head together?
I can.
Hold a second, let me set the head back on this. Tooth and the head.
What temperature?
I do love it. 150 Fahrenheit.
Yeah. What?
150 Fahrenheit. Oh, sorry, not 150 Celsius. Sorry. Now we're going to work on the arms and also the neck. So the neck needs to go on this, and also the horns. We're getting a lot done today. So we're going to work on the hands or the claws next. So I'm right now cutting this down a little bit right here. Don't know what happened to my my stuff I had originally for the claws. But we're going to work on the claws. We're going to work on the hands and the elbows. And it has to be thin. It has to be broad on the shoulder area has to be broad on the shoulder area, but thin on the arm area. So we're going to work on the thin on the arm area. So we'll bring the elbow like that and thin it out like this. And we'll flatten it up in here and we'll aim it at this. Yeah, I'm trying. What's going on with this? Okay, this thing just up and died on me. Now I have to get that off of that. Okay, cool. So what we're thinking is something like this, where it aims like that. It has a big arm right there, and the arm goes into a thing where it's setting its claws right on its thing there. So I'm just making sure I have it in the right area I want it. And we'll work on the claws and feet shortly, but we're right now working on the arms. I love how the arms actually came out pretty much the way I wanted it to. So we will aim the shoulder, not shoulder, but the doesn't need to be overly thick, because one thing I found out is that looking at a fairy dragon, their arms are not overly thick. It's thick enough to hold a claw. Let's see. Now we want to kind of roll this a little bit, just a tad. Bring this down a little bit like that. You want them to be pretty much symmetrical to each other when you're doing this. And you want it to kind of have an area where you can make a little, and I kind of want to put a, I want to kind of put like a little horny thing on the back of its shoulder, not shoulder, but the elbow area right here. Kind of want to make it like a little horny horns. Well, not horns, but whatever they're called, tulips. And will that fit? Barely, but it might work. So what we're going to do is we're going to aim this. I think I got it pretty much symmetrical to each other, which is a good thing. Let's see. Horny. Nope, not quite there. We want to get the arms up a little higher. I'm trying to get it as even as possible to this one. And the arms thinned out a little bit more in the middle. A little bit more. And I will be putting an iridescent look to it. But we got the arms on. I'm not sure this is looking good though. Needs to be more broader on the arms. Definitely needs to be more broader on the arms over here. Other side looked amazing, but this side did not look right to me. Because we want that little section right there, and we want it to kind of blend in. And we're going to use this part right here to kind of blend in this little section. And yes, I am using a needle because I don't have my blending I don't have my blending tools at the moment because I kind of cleaned this place out a little bit. So right now we're blending in the arms. There will be claws. In about 2 minutes, dear heart, can you go check on the not 2 minutes, but 5 minutes? Can you check on the claw, the head and the teeth, please?
Make sure they're still there. Sure.
No, make sure that they didn't fall down.
Yeah.
I think I did a wise choice on the adding a little bit of clay to kind of fix this little section. I think I did. And then push it inward a little bit like this. Because that's going to aim like that. Okay. And then we're going to aim it like this a little bit. That's good. And then we're going to blend this a little bit. Don't forget, I'm going to be adding wings to this little guy. And I have a brilliant idea for that. Has anyone ever heard of UV resin? Let's see.
Pick me. I've heard of UV resin.
Okay, that might work. Now to add a little bit of an elbow to it, just to give it a little defining moment. And then we're going to add a horn to the, not a horn, but you know what I mean, a little.
I'm going to try a trick.
What trick?
I'm going to try to put what you're doing up on the TV and then turn the TV down.
Okay. So this is the elbow area right in here of the dragon. You see, my husband's writing a book, and I was like, well, wouldn't it be cool if I did a mascot to his book? Well, he has a little fairy dragon in his book. The fairy dragon's name is what?
Fairy dragon's name?
Yeah.
I didn't actually give the fairy dragon a name.
Well, I thought you did. Pixie or something. So right now I'm working on the elbow of said dragon. Now it's a female dragon. We know it's a female dragon because he made it female.
Mm-hmm.
Now the wings I'm planning on putting on is like a butterfly wings. I have an idea how I'm going to do it. I hope it turns out as well as I hope. But we'll see. So far, this is what we gotten. This is how the fairy dragon will look. This is the elbow right here that I just worked on this side. Well, this side. Now we have to fix this side to look pretty decent. We don't want it to look nasty, do we? I thought you did name that fairy dragon, but if you didn't, that's fine. So there's a oh, Murgles. I knew I didn't finish it. This fairy dragon is part of my husband's book. Love how that one turned out. Let's see if we can do the same setup with this side and finish that little area. Whew. This is a lot of work, guys. You try making a fairy dragon. Probably you can. A lot better than me, but hey, I'm trying. I'm going outside the box. So what we're doing right now is we're aiming at that goes there. Let go of my finger. Thank you. So right now I am aiming it to be not bony yet. I mean, I want it to be bony, but it's not bony yet. But I think it'll look good once it's all said and done. Oh, that looks really good. I like the way that one came out. The elbow looks really good. Now, there's also this side right here. I just want to fix that just a tad. You don't want too bony. After all, this is a female. Females are not that bony. They're supposed to be delicate dragons, but they can still look really cool. Okay, I think we got the head. I think we got that part done. Hi! Hi, Jessie. How are you doing? Okay, Jessie. How do you like my dragon so far? It's getting there. Trust me, it's getting there. So right now I'm just trying to set this up on a seat so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. There. Oh. Now it's going to aim like this. I can show you kind of the idea I had. I apologize, Jessie. I didn't even say hi. I hope you're doing well. I apologize. I usually say hi to everybody. But if I didn't, I apologize. Nope. It's not going that way. Nope. Not happening. I love working with clay. I apologize, Jessie. I apologize, Jessie. Been so busy trying to get this dragon looking good. I hope it looks good. Nope, it's not holding in place. Finally, we got it sitting up. Woohoo! So we got it sitting up. That's the way I want the dragon to look. Like it's leaning forward a tad, but that's sort of what I'm after, is that type of setup. What do you think, Audie? What do you think, Jessie? Do you like the setup? I'm working really hard on this. I apologize for not saying hi. So, here we go. Now, we'll put this right here. And we'll aim this downwards right here. Right now, I'm trying to hide the fact that it didn't want to hold into place. I'll fix it. I'll fix the camera back up. I'm just fixing a certain area that didn't set up right when I cooked it.
Why don't I have that up? Let me look at here real quick.
What, dear?
I'm looking at this.
Okay, so this. There. So this is what I'm after. This is going to be the dragon. This is the knees. This is the elbows. This is the feet and everything. Just to give you an idea, this is how my dragon will look. I'm going to have to go check and see if the head is ready. And then we're going to work on the neck to put the neck together. So we'll be putting the neck together to bring the dragon together. But I still have to make the claws. But I like how that turned out so far. We did the arms. Woohoo! Look at that. I did the arms. Yay for me. Okay, now we have to work on the hands of the dragon. Now we have to work on the hands of the dragon. So the hands, or the dragon's hands, will have claws on them, and they have to have 3 claws. So I'm thinking, let's make Now I do other types of crafts, guys. I do crochet, I do clay, I do resin. Right now I'm working with clay. Not sure if you like how it turned out so far, but there is at the moment, it looks like a thinking man. But seriously, it's a dragon looking down. That is my goal. Now, let's make the horns. The horns of the dragon. Okay, so first things first, we will... Can you go sit somewhere further away from me? Thank you. Don't forget, I will work on the hands, and I will work on the claws, and I'll work on all types of things. But at the moment, you still don't look quite right to me. I hate when things don't look quite right to me. Pardon me. That, and it needs to have a little bit of a bend right in that section. Just a little. Yeah, that looks better. Sorry, when I'm looking at something and I'm like, it doesn't look right to me, I have to take care and fix it first.
Sorry, there'll be no sound coming from it soon.
Just a little. That looks better. Sorry.
Did you say hello to Jessie?
Yeah, I did.
That's good.
I did. I said hello.
I'm gonna just join, but I spotted the...
Now, the horn I'm thinking of is going to be a curly look to the horn, I think. So the horn's going to have... So what I'm thinking is like a curly look to it. Not too curly, but curly enough. But it needs to be longer on the end. Thinner, but longer on the end. And what it's going to do is we're going to have it curling kind of like that. Kind of like that, but further apart from each other. What do you think? Do you like that look of a horn? It'll be curling like that. So that's not bad. I like that horn. That will look good on it. People don't realize how hard it can get to try and make it just right. I didn't want this in the way when I'm actually working on this at the moment. So I'm going to try and get it as close to, if not better, than the other. Needs a little bit more. Not that much more. Do you like the curly horn, hun?
Curling horns, because every fairy dragon has to have the latest fashion accessories.
Look at that, hun.
Yeah, see it. I have it up there.
Huh?
Look, look, look.
Oh, you do?
You're on TV.
Oh, cool. I'm on TV. Woohoo!
You're famous.
Oh, I am, huh?
Famous with me anyway, dear.
Yeah. Okay, so this, and we want this part right here.
Better than me, I'm just notorious.
I just want it to be curly and sharp at the edge. I want it curly and sharp at the edge. What do you think? Do you like the idea of the curly horn? And then there will be a horn in the back of it. So what I'm thinking is a horn right here, and then there'll be a horn going up like that. That's my idea. But first, let's make the curly horn. I think she'll love that. Now, what way do I have this? So we want to go this way. Nope, wrong way. This way. Trying to figure out the way I have it on this one. If I want it to be a fashion accessory. I guess just says the latest fashion accessory.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Cut down a little bit. Put it in like this a little bit. Think that and that are, oh, that looks good. The one of the horns is a little off. It's not supposed to look bent. Nope, that horn is not bending right. So let's fix it a little bit so it's nice and flat and, you know, with a sharp edge. Sharp. Keep it sharp right there. So what we want to do is we want to bend it. Sorry, is it this way? Is it this way? No, it's this way. Sorry, I'm looking at it. Then we aim it like this. No, I always go backwards. Okay, fine. You go on this side. And then you bend out like that. Let's see. Is that, nope, that's not quite bent the right way.
Mm-hmm. Imagine all the trouble they have to go through with horn curlers every morning.
I think we got it right this time. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Close. Close, 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 close. Close, 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 close. Close. It's now let's see. Trying to put them close to each other. If I cut it right here, then it'll look right. Like right here. just a tad. Then not flatten it, but bring it up like this maybe. So let's see. Maybe. That looks better. Okay, you want to see it? Here's the
Excuse me.
Here's the horns. Whoops. By each other. What do you think? Did I do good? Took me a while to get it to look right. So this one's going to go on this side, and this one's going to go on this side. To aim for the head, the curlers. Now, we're going to also put some bigger horns in the back of it, or do you think I should do little horns in the front?
More than 2 horns on a dragon?
Well, horns right near the front, like showing this right here.
That's unique.
I'm trying to make your thing unique.
I didn't have that many horns on it.
How many horns did you have on her? You didn't tell me.
Usually 2. 2 horns for a dragon.
Well,
behind the ears. Or out of the top of the head. Those are your choices.
well, I could work on the ears.
From the side of the head, just in front of the ears, is another option. And curling around the ears. Like a ram's horn. Which is what you appear to be going for, kind of. Look at horns. Have another look at your picture.
Well, the picture I have is more of a male, but yeah. I can look at the picture. Oh, Murgles, this thing is dead. Just give me a moment while I fix it. It's dead. Deader than a doornail. Try moving your mouse and it doesn't want to work. Okay, this thing is not doing what I thought it would do. Finally, it's moving. Okay, now let me look at the picture real quick. Now, I'm not copying exactly the picture, but I'm going as close to the picture, but not really, because I have a female dragon. I haven't even finished the tail yet. There, that works. Now, I have a picture here. Let me go look. The fairy dragon. Fairy dragon. It's an AI one. Yeah, but it's going to have butterfly wings. It's not going to look like that, but I'm just getting an idea. The toes are not ready yet because I still have to make the claws on it. The arms are really good, I think. Fairly well. The tail. Please don't do that. The tail I haven't made yet. Tail is not even ready. No, it has 2 horns. It actually has 2 horns. The horns in the front and the horns in the back.
Oh, 2 sets. Really?
It does have 2 horns. But mine's going to be different.
Interesting.
Mine's going to be different. But yeah, it has 2 horns. So we have it sitting down. By the way, there's the fairy dragon sitting down. there's the horns right there. It took me a while to get the horns to look just right in my book. So we have 2 horns. We need to make the ears, and that's one thing I need to look at, dragon ears, to give me an idea for ears. Okay. Or how I have to set the dragon ears. Hon, can you go check on my dragon head?
It's probably a nice crispy brown.
We don't want it a nice crispy brown.
Oh, yeah.
No. Not really. We don't want a crispy brown. So this would be the ears. It kind of has like a point to it. I think that would be good. And we'll aim it like that. So we'll make the ears. I think that's going to be good, right? Make the ears and you make it look good. So,
Hard to say if it's ready.
well, I don't want it too crispy.
I'm just saying, hard to say if it's ready, but I took it out regardless.
Good, because it's not supposed to be in the oven too long. Okay, and then we want to flatten it like this a little bit. Sorry, I have it far away from me. Flatten it like this a little bit. Kind of looks like a little, yeah. And then we want to aim it inward a little bit, just a tiny bit. And the same way with this one. We just want it aimed in a little bit. After all, this is the dragon's ears. And you want to kind of go up to the very tip. And you want to bring this out just a little bit. So this is the very tip. It's a little too flat like this, maybe to the very tip. See, pretty close. Still a little more. So I'm right now bringing it up a little bit, cutting that part off a little bit. Then I'm very tip to bring the ears to pretty much the same. You know, they have to be symmetrical to each other. Nope, this one's just being a little bit cantankerous. Let's see now. Still a little too big. What do you think? Does that look pretty good? I'll show it to you. This is the ears. Does that look pretty good? Now, of course, the ears are going to go like this, and the ears are going to go like that on the dragon. But what do you think? Did I do good on the ears?
The ears are looking good there, dear.
Yeah, it took me a while to get it to look just right. So we got the ears. Now, we have another front horn, and I'm trying to think, should I make it like a thick horn, or should I make it like a thin horn where it's like right at, not at the snout, although wouldn't it be interesting to have it on the snout?
Mhm.
No, like what I'm thinking is the horns will be, so I have two little balls. So I'm going to make the horns not as pretty as the other, but kind of like this, and then horn will go kind of like that. So it'll go like this. I'm thinking like, okay, imagine the head being right here, okay? The head right here, the horn like that. What do you think? Be kind of interesting, wouldn't it? So we want it to be pointy though. So it needs to be a little pointy with a little bend to it. And we'll do the same with this side. And they have to be symmetrical to each other. They have to be. If they don't, then they don't look right, do they?
It's coming up pretty good, dear.
Looking at it's a little too big. Just checking the size of the horns to each other. Pretty close, pretty close, pretty close, pretty close. And there's the horns. So we got the horns done. Yay! We got the arms done. Yay! Now for the hands. Oh boy. The tail will be the very last one, guys. Oh my word. I want to do the tail now, but the tail will break off if I don't do it the way I'm going to do it right now. So I just did the horns. I did the ears, the arms. I still need to make the claws and the feet claws. So, first things first, let's make the hands. The hands are about like that, I think. With a little bit of a nice flat piece. And then we put the claws in. nice flat piece like that. So what I'm doing is right now I'm flattening it. What do you think?
I don't think I just read.
The hands are to be kind of thin. Oh, no. Don't fall like that. Glad I don't have you everywhere. So I'm right now working on the hand area, trying to get this so it's nice and symmetrical. Or not symmetrical, but blended in.
Excuse me.
I'm very nervous about this one. That looks pretty good. I still have to put claws on it. So I'm thinking the claw will go here, here, and here. And then we'll do the same with this one. And I'm right now blending it in. Don't know if I can do intricate patterns, guys, but I'm going to try my hardest to make this look interesting. I do plan on using like a chameleon look to it. Maybe I have it wrong. It needs to be aimed like that. But this needs to be put. The moment I'm trying to get the the hand on. This is so much fun. So I'm right now struggling at the moment because I'm trying to get the hand on. But fairy dragon, who would have thought Rivka's Craft Corner would make a fairy dragon?
As long as you're having fun, hey dear.
Yeah, as long as I'm having fun. So that would look like that. That would have the claw going out here and the claw going out like that. I like that. I'm doing something very quickly while I put this up so it holds it in place. Finally, it's sitting up. Now we got to make sure this part goes back on its hunches. Oh, Murgles. So I'm taking apart an old thing I was making a while back. I'll work on it later on, but right now I'm trying to fix kind of like a chair type of setup for the dragon to sit on to hold it when it's when it's being cooked. Does that make sense what I'm doing? So I'm looking at this, visualizing it, and then I'm aiming it so it holds it in place. And then I'm doing this part right here as I have it set up like this. I'm going to take this part right here and let that rest in there. That way I can work on it while I'm... That works. That holds it up, right? Okay, so we had the hands. We had the hands right here. I like the setup. It looks amazing. I have to go get the face, and I also need to work on the neck. So the next thing I need to do is work on the neck. The neck muscle needs to be out a little bit, and it needs to go inward, kind of like I don't know how to explain it. It has to have the neck needs to be outward like this a little bit, and then it needs to go thinner for the head. It has to be thick, but it has to go thin, if that makes sense. So we actually have a piece of wire I can use. Okay, I think this is the way I want it to go. And then we aim the neck downward. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Let's see. We can use this and wrap it around. Yeah, I agree. I'm just right now just getting an idea of how I want this done. At the moment, I am making a little bit of a strip to wrap around Murgles. To wrap around this part right here. Just so it stays in place. There, that'll hold it up. Okay. I need to see what I'm doing. That's what all the aluminium is foil. Aluminium is foil. Oh boy, I can't even speak.
Aluminium is 4, dear. Try 4.
That's what I was trying to say. It just didn't come out that way. And then we'll aim it like this, I think. And we'll aim the neck out to there and aim it thickness. That will go right to the back. And we will aim this part right here. And we'll hold this in place. Stop coming apart. And you use your fingers to kind of aim it just right. And then we'll go look at the the other part, but let's get this to hold in place. There. We want that to hold in place. So I'll go check on the head. I'm really excited. I think it'll turn out really good. But let's just keep working on it, right? Right. Pearly white. Oh, marbles. Pearly white. Well, the head looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Oh, I love that. So, it turned out good. It actually turned out really good.
Glad you like it too.
Let's see. Let's aim this downward. What did I do with you? Okay, where did they go? They didn't follow me. I'm not finding them. There's number 1. Where's number 2? I think the thickness of the head is a little too I think the neck is a little too big. I think it is. I think the neck is a little too big. So we'll redo it. Maybe cut this down a little bit. And then put this back in the neck. And bring it down like that. Bring this into this little section right here. Oh, that looks much better. Will you stop doing that? Definitely much better. Let's see if I can fix this. This is driving me nuts. Okay. So we'll wrap this around. Right here. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. And hold it in. Hold it in, please. Thank you. Don't you come apart. If I have to use I don't know what I could use, but if I have to use something else to hold you in place, I will. Yeah, I love how that turned out. So that will bring out that neck. So this neck will be nice and smooth right here for a second while we push it into the neck area and the, not sure why you're doing that, but neck area and into that part right here. Okay, we are getting somewhere. And then this aim goes down like that. Stop it. Stop it. Not sure why you're doing this, but stop it. Where is a, you know what? You'll work. Who says elastic won't work?
I don't know. Who did that? How dare they? Mind you, it's not a chief engineering tool.
No,
engineering
but
tool,
now I know where that
WD-40
other
duct
part
tape.
went. Now where did it go? Oh, there's the tooth. I was wondering where the tooth went. Now I found it. Well, elastic works for what I need. Just basically trying to hold this little piece of aluminium on to the base for now. There we go. Now let's see if this works. Is this face too big?
I give up, is it?
I'm not very happy with it.
Shoot it.
I don't think it looks cutie enough.
Well, I told you before, use genetic engineering to grow one. Making it out of clay just doesn't work. They don't talk. Genetically engineer a flying lizard.
I just have to trust the process, and I'm sure I can work.
Who would like to see us do that? If you would, let me know how it's done. We'll do the Mad Scientist series.
Yeah, I can. It's a bit big on the head. Might have to redo the head. I love it, but look at the head versus the look at the head versus the body. I think I have to redo the head. I have to make it smaller. The head has to be smaller. Love that head. I'm going to use that head for something else, but it has to be smaller. Don't you agree?
Congratulations, Fairy Dragon. You're getting a new head.
Yep. It has to be smaller. That's what I said. It's a bit big. It's too big for the dragon. It's like really big. Oh, okay.
You'll survive, dear.
I know. I'll get it all. It'll be done. Oh.
It can be done. It will be done. It shall be done.
But I'm glad I got the arms. I'm glad I got the horns done. But the head is a bit big. I'm like really shocked at how big that head was. It's like, wow.
Mm-hmm. You surprised yourself.
Yeah. But I can use it for something else.
Well, you can also use it as a measure. You have it next to you to make sure you don't have one that big again.
Yeah. I'll use it as my measuring tape. My measuring tape. Definitely my measuring tape. Oh, Murgles. Okay. See, not that tiny. I don't need that tiny of a head. Maybe a little bit bigger. Just a little. Don't go too big. That's all I'm going to tell you. If you're making a head for a little tiny fairy dragon, don't use this size head. That's a pretty big head. I'm looking at the body. Here's the body versus that head, and it's a bit big for its head. So I will use that as my template, though.
Excuse me. What else?
I will use that as my template, though, which will be good. But that head just was just a little bit too big. Okay. I'm liking that. Then we'll bring this part right here. I've learned how to make the head. It's really easy, actually, to make a head of a dragon. Very easy. You need to make the snouts. And that just brings out where the snout would go. And you want to aim it just a tad like that. Don't tell me I don't know how to do a head.
No, that's fine.
The head is excellent in my book. Always has like a sharp tooth at the end. Because when you think about it, it kind of reminds you of like a dinosaur. And a dinosaur is sort of like that. And bring this up just a tad to bring out the part there. And there's the head. This is the top head. I think I did fairly well on the top head. There's the two snouts right there. Right here would be the blowhole, or the hole where it goes, you know. Right there would be the hole, right there. And right there. And you want it to look pretty good. I kind of want to have like a little bit of a horn like look to the snout area. After all, this is a dragon. I had the horn. I had it all looking really good too with the other one, but it was just too what's the word I want to use? Just a little too big. But hey, you learn as you go, right? Can you hear me from here?
Well, hold on. Do you want me to turn up the sound for a minute?
Just for a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, you have sound.
I do like that. I think that looks really good. And then we also can bring the eyebrow to have like a little bit of a horny look to it. And then it has a little bit of a thing here for where I'm going to do the tongue and everything. And that helps bring it back to its perspective. And this needs to be a little more rounded. So here's the start of the dragon's horns and head. Doing the head is pretty easy for me because it kind of reminds me of a dinosaur head. And you want to kind of thin it out a little bit right in here. Just a little. Push it back a little. Bring it down here a little bit and work on this little section. And you use your thumb to make it, into the top part of the head with the snout. I think I've done really well for the top part of the head. I like using my fingers and my thumb as a basically, lifting it up and flatten it out a little bit to bring the jawline into perspective. I love the way that is actually looking. It's not too big and it's not too small. It's a lot smaller than that one. Look at that, guys. Look at the difference. It's a lot smaller than that one. I think I did pretty good. That just starts the head. And sometimes you have to restart things that you didn't plan on restarting, but sometimes you have to. Because you are like, oops, it's a little bit too big. I love the look of this part of the dragon. This head looks a lot better. I think it'll fit nicer. Can you just visualize the here, I'll lean it down like this. Can you visualize it now? Sort of, kind of. And then this would be in the back of its, either up here, no, right here. It would be back here, and this one would be back here. And this horns would be right in here. Right in here, maybe. I might have to make the horns a little smaller, but yeah, something like that. But we'll get an idea. But that looks much better. That looks, the snout is ready. I like how it has like a little bit of a horny look to its snout. I like that. And then we aim it down just a tad. I like how the horny snout looks. I think I even made it better than the first one.
Possibly.
That's just my that's just my
extra practice, dear.
Yeah, extra practice, but I think the horns are a little bit too thick for this head. Perfect for that head, but not this head.
Mm-hmm.
The ears are ears. I think the ears go in the back like this right here. And then the horns go in the back behind it. Ears are like right in here. Aimed right here. I'm right now putting the ears on, so we have the ears up on it right now. Sorry. But that's the ears right there. I think the ears look good. And then I think this ears would go right about here. Back here a little bit. Yeah, about there. And then this goes push into the ears. And then we just push it into the clay itself so we can have the ears. And that will help us know where to set the horns. This time I think I did really well. I think the ears look really good on it. Horns look really good on it. And then we'll put the back horns in the back. I think that looks good for the front, for this part of the mouth. What do you think? Here, I'll put it right here, just so you can get an idea. Did I do really well on that part? This is that looks more like a dragon. Okay, now we're going to do the bottom mouth part. Top is good, bottom's not. And I want to make certain to put the teeth in it. So I'm doing the fairy dragon. I think the fairy dragon is it is a little bit of a challenge for me. But hey, I got quite a bit done. I have to say I did really good on the okay. So we're right now doing the bottom jaw. Bottom jaw outward a little bit. It needs to be a bit boxy on the bottom because you need to have room for your teeth. But not too much. And let's see. Are we good? Whoops, wrong area. I was like, yeah, are we good? Okay, so that's the way I was going to do it. Okay, so needs to be flattened a little bit more that way. This one needs to be flattened inward. Please don't put your teeth there. Okay, and then we'll aim this down a little bit like that so it can have its little jaw line with a little bit of an area for this part. Okay, and then we need to cut this part right off right here. And aim it where it's nice and flat. I'm checking on the time, seeing how I'm doing on the anchor points in the time. And I think if I do it just right, I might be able to get this done, this face done one more time. And then I'm looking at it just a tad, just making certain I got it pretty thinned out, but not too thin, if that makes sense. And I think that's where the jaw goes. Okay, let's check it. Sorry. Check it. Okay. I'll fix this shortly. I like that. And I already have the ear on, so that's really good what I just did there. I have the ear on. Okay. That's the way I want it. I want it to have its little mouth open a little bit. So here we go. This is what I got so far. What do you think? Did I do good? That's part of the head. We'll put the horns on. We'll put the horns on later. But at least that's part of the head. See if we can put the eyes on. What do you think? Should I put the eyes on and get that part done too? I like how that turned out. I think that looks really good. The nose is good. The ears are good. And the cute horns will look good. But I think we did pretty good on it. I think I need to do the eyes though. And then I'll call it good for the day. Did I enjoy having to redo the head? Yeah, it looks really good. I think the neck will look good on it. And we can fix the neck. It needs to go up and down. Well, not, you know what I mean. It needs to go nice and skinny for the neck, but broad on the bottom part of the neck. I think that will help. Well, where did that little piece go? So we'll set the neck up on it. Right here, I think. And this one too. When I am done with this little guy will be for sale. He will definitely be for sale. He took a lot of work on my end. He will be iridescent. She will be iridescent. But her eyes will be amazing when it's all done. Yeah, much better. Much, much better. And I will add her cheek and everything. So what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to call off today. But I did a lot. I had to change it up a little bit, but I think we did really good. I got the hands done, the arms done. I thought I had the horns done. I'll have to redo the horns. You know what I'm talking about. But I think overall, I think I did really well on this this
Little fairy dragon.
fairy dragon. It will look good once it's all done. And I want it to look down. Yeah, the size of the head is a lot better than what it was. Even my husband will say it looks a lot better than that other head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that will look really good. Yeah, I rose to the challenge and I'll get the teeth on it soon and all that. So for now, I am going to sign off. I think it's time for me to sign off. It's been almost 3 hours. So if you like my video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please ring the bell so you know when I upload another video. And last but not least, please comment. I would like to know what you think of the little dragon I'm working on. She's not done yet. I still have to put the curly Q on her head. I still have to fix her wings in. But I've done pretty well on getting her all set up. I think I've done really well. Anyways, many blessings and shalom, guys. I'll talk to you later. I will be on next Monday. I won't be on next Wednesday. And I don't know if I'll be on Friday or not because I am going to be on Sukkot. So we start on Thursday, right? Thursday evening.
Mm-hmm.
So Wednesday maybe be on, but definitely not on Friday. So you guys will have a break from me for 8 days. Although I will set up something where I'm doing it for 30 minutes, either doing hand making my owls, making other things. So I'll do that and I'll put that up on my channel so you guys can see it. Many blessings and shalom. Talk to you later. Bye.